All right. How are you, Jamie?
I mean, I've been in better moods, Woodsy. Let's just say that I'm sick and tired of watching Tottenham. I'm actually done this season with them now. I'm not going to watch them again because they're a disgrace. That yesterday was an absolute disgrace. Really, let's be honest. We all love a bit of banter. We all love, throwing shade to each other. But actually, in the grand scheme of things, watching that yesterday was an absolute disaster and an absolute disgrace of a football team, and they should be ashamed of themselves. And I turned it off after 10 minutes, 3-0 down after 9 minutes. I mean, what's that? You're meant to be professional athletes and have a bit of pride in your performance. Not one of them showed any pride, any passion for the football club. None of them deserved to put that shirt on yesterday. And they should be all them fans that travelled up there, Woodsy, all the Tottenham fans that made that trip. It's a long way. They should be paying them fans back to have to sit and watch that.
Jamie, what do they do? Because Stellini's in there at the moment, and I asked Ali this earlier on. Ali said he'd get rid of him today. Didn't you, Ali?
Yeah. I did. I think Jamie's spot on. We've all played in games where it's been poor and you get a bit of going over. But I think the Tottenham fans, the very least that they can expect is a level of effort, a level of commitment. And I just thought... I thought it was really, really poor. And I don't see it going to get any better, Jamie. So, and it's not an ideal situation. So, honestly, God, I would go to Harry Redknapp and say, will you take us to the end of the season if they haven't got somebody in place that they want full time?
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't disagree with you, Ali. I think Harry Redknapp's a decent option. He knows the club and he knows everything about it. But I'm not being funny, Ali. We've all been professional footballers. Like, that performance yesterday was an absolute shambles. Like for them to think that they can turn up at Newcastle and put in a performance like that, forget the manager. Forget what's going on behind the scenes. I know it's a joke. Daniel Levy's a joke. Stellini's a joke. He should have gone with Conte. He's his assistant manager. Your mate's got sacked. He should have gone with him. So for him to stay there and think that he can take the team, what does that say about him? That all of that is a joke. But when you actually look at the performance and you look at the players and think they can walk on a football pitch and play like that for Tottenham Hotspur, they're a disgrace.
Jamie, we've all been hammered, right? When we've played in certain games. Normally, when you go 2 or 3-0 down in a game like that, because we've all had it, either your centre half, who's a big, strong voice, shouts to the rest of the team, let's get organised, you get in here, don't move, or somebody in the centre of midfield starts telling the players what to do. I didn't see it. You can't look at the manager.
They've got no leaders team. None of them want to be there, do they? They've all switched off. They're on holiday. They're not. They've looked at the whole thing around Tottenham, the players. They've gone, well, we've sacked Conte. You've given it to his assistant manager. You obviously don't want to get in the top 4. You're obviously not that bothered. And you've had to... Now all the players are just going through the motions and just want to see through the season. That's why I'm not even going to bother watching them, because it ain't going to change. Everyone just wants to get to the end of the season. The season's been written off, and then you start again. And to be honest with you, when I watched that yesterday, I was just ashamed to be a Spurs fan. Because I'm all up for a laugh and having a joke with Arsenal fans and all that. But you know what? Arsenal fans and Arsenal players have got passion for their football club. They've got desire to win football matches. That lot, them players who walked on that football pitch yesterday had nothing to offer that Tottenham shirt, and they shouldn't be wearing it again. But be the same old rubbish next week. I'm coming here next Monday talking about the same old garbage.
By the way, I hope you do continue to watch, because otherwise your shows are going to be very ill-informed, aren't they, for the rest of the season? Please don't stop. Please don't stop watching them just yet. Just on that, Stellini still being in charge, do you think it's a case of saving money? Because 37 million, that was about the amount that they're going to be paying to Antonio Conte in terms of his services and his pay and all that sort of stuff. 4 million severance. So keeping the team there at the moment, is this a money-saving exercise at the expense of bringing somebody in now that could have, Jamie, really salvaged something in the season?
How can we talk about saving money? Well, you could argue that, yeah, because it's Daniel Levy and he loves to save a pound note where he can. But no, I just don't. I think it's just a lack of direction, a lack of leadership at the top, a mentality where, as a Spurs owner, the Spurs chairman, they got rid of Conte. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They wanted Poch. Do you want Nagelsmann? you want Brendan Rodgers? You know, what you doing? And then, oh, you know what? See if we can get away with it, like Spurs always try and do. See if we can get away with getting to the end of the season and give it to Stellini and Ryan Mason. You've got top players there who've played in the World Cup winners. And they've got the assistant manager taking games when you're still fighting for the top 4. Them players have totally switched off. They're a disgrace, but so's the board and so's the staff.
Jamie, you've named some good players there, but they've got some players there that have got to go. I'll start, in your opinion, with the goalkeeper. He's got to go, surely. In your opinion, who's got to leave the club?
Right, yeah, but the ones that have got to leave the club are the ones that don't want to be there. The ones that put in performances where they show no desire, no passion, no hunger. Like, you can be a bang average player, Dean. If you can be a bang average player and run around and give everything for the shirt, you might not have all the attributes to be a top player in the Premier League, but people can accept that. People can accept you being an average player. What people can't accept is you not moving around, not running around, not giving heart and not giving passion and not saying, all right, you know what? I haven't got the skills of Kevin De Bruyne. I haven't got the finishing of Haaland. But I'll tell you what, I've got the fight of a lion and I'm going to go out there and give everything for this club every time I walk on the pitch.
Who would you get rid of?
People can accept that, but that Spurs team, not one of them do that. Not one of them.
Go on, Paxman, ask him again.
You're avoiding the question, Jamie. Who would you get rid of?
I mean,
last week you said all of them.
Oh, I ain't far off that, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, the only people I'd really want to keep, yeah, you can't get rid of them because who wants them?
Well, the front three are decent.
You want to keep Kane. You want to keep Son. You want to keep Højbjerg. You want to keep Bentancur when he comes back from injury. Pedro Porro because he's a new signing. Skip because I like Skip because at least he will give everything. All right, yeah, he lacks quality, but he's still got passion for the club. The rest of them, get rid of. Even Romero. Romero's won the World Cup of Argentina. We never know what Romero's going to turn up.
See, that's
he looks like he's all over the place.
I think that's one of your problems, Jamie, because you haven't mentioned MD. You haven't mentioned your goalkeeper, your MD, and your back 4 that you're going to keep. And that tells you, I think, where your biggest problems lie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, if you're 3-0 down after 9 minutes against a decent side, all right, they're a good team, Newcastle, and they were a joy to watch. But that's just about mentality. That's just throwing the towel in straight away. That's just switching off, not preparing right for the game. That says to me, that result, that just says that they've completely moved away from Stellini, moved away from the season, and they're on holiday. They just want to go on holiday, and that's it. They're like, I would just get through the season now and try not, make a mockery of ourselves. But you're coming up against the Newcastle team who are fighting for Champions League football, and they want to take you to the sword, and they did in 9 minutes. 5-0 down after 20 minutes.
Did you see some of the players swapping shirts afterwards? A lot of the fans were annoyed about that.
No, they didn't.
They did.
They did not.
They did, I promise you. Players were swapping shirts.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Are you joking? No. They're swapping shirts.
I swear on my life.
6-1. Mm-hmm. Oh, honestly, the game's gone. Ali.
No, I'm with you, mate.
Ali, help me out here.
I mean, if you get beat 6-1, you just want to go up the tunnel and get in the dressing room and take your medicine. I haven't seen it. They tell me they were swapping shirts, Jamie, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen it.
Jamie, the goalkeeper didn't move for one of the shots. The back 4, Perisic is not a left back. The right back was all over the place, letting balls. He lets Joe Linton get inside him on a simple run. Diagonal ball over Romero's head, a simple diagonal. Eric Dyer lets a ball get bent around him, although it was a good ball. He's still got to get back and he's got to be alive for it. The 4 of them were a shambles.
Yeah. But Dean, nothing's going to change though, Dean. Nothing changes until the end of the season. Like, this is just what Spurs are doing now. Daniel Levy's messed it up. He's created a joke again. He's left Stellini in there. And us fans, people who love the club, just want to see the club play well, want to see people run out there and give their all. That's all they want to see. Have now got to be left with this for the next 7-8 games and actually have to put up with it. Them poor fans who've had to travel up to Newcastle, sat up, in the top of the stadium. I've been up. My dad's been up there watching me play against Newcastle, and it's a long old whack.
Did he leave after 20 minutes as well?
No, I scored that one, Woodsy. So pipe down, yeah.
Well done. Did you win the game?
So at the end of the day, the fans. That's who I feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for Tottenham. I don't feel sorry for Daniel Lee. I don't feel sorry for these players. They're a disgrace. They go back to their homes, their multi-million-pound houses, and they just go, oh yes, make excuses. Oh, the manager's gone. Oh, the training's this. Oh, the system's that. No, they got no fight, no passion for the club. The people that do have passion for the club and want to be there are the fans, and they're the ones that are suffering.
Apparently, Richarlison took 2 shirts. Jay, the Toon fan, Barry, the Toon fan's been getting on saying Richarlison actually took 2.
What's he swapping the shirt for? As if to say, like, I'm going to get that shirt so I remember that I got beat 6-0 at Newcastle. 6-1.
Yeah. Right? Why would you want to swap a shirt in a game that you've been completely embarrassed? Like that for me just sums up football players, modern day football players at the moment. You think Roy Keane and Steven Gerrard and that want to swap shirts after a massive game after you've got pumped? Are you joking? Imagine Ali McCoist asking for a shirt after a massive Old Firm match. Oh, let's swap shirts in the tunnel. Get out. Are you winding me up? These footballers have turned it. I don't know what they've turned into, but they ain't proper footballers. If you're asking for a shirt after you just got beat 6-1, get out of my football club. You should be taking all your shirts from the kit man and your boots and your wages and be standing out at the training ground giving them to the fans who have just drove up to Newcastle to watch that rubbish.
Jamie, as much as I'd love to have you on for another section, we've got to let you go. Listen, fair play for coming on this morning. That can't have been easy.
Listen, you're still crumbling, so let's join something for us. Arsenal's still going to bust.
Jamie, if I wanted a Spurs opinion on Arsenal's title race, I would rather ask a kid to analyse War and Peace. Please don't get involved in things that do not concern you, my friend. But thank you for coming on this morning.
We'll see you Wednesday.
I love
live
you.
on talkSPORT. I'll be phoning you.
Yes, you will. I'll tell you what. I'll call your show up, shall I?
Call us up with you. I can't wait.
I'll give you a buzz. You need all the help you can get.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.